online welcome and training session for the 15th International Conference on Sport and Society. Held in Granada in Spain with the University of Granada, but also we have a number of online participants. I'll just tell you how many people we have online. We have about 45 people online and another 140 people in person, with 18 countries represented, which is fantastic. So we have people joining us live today in this Zoom, but we're also recording this session so that some of our international delegates who are not able to join us now can view this later, comment in the discussion board, and engage that way. So what we're going to do in this session is start off by just sort of introducing ourselves, talking a little bit about if you're presenting at the conference, what are you presenting on, about, in, and from there, what I'll do is I'll share my screen and talk a little bit more about how to engage in the conference as an online-only delegate, but actually also as an in-person delegate. And from there, if anyone has any questions, perhaps I can help. So by way of background, my name is Tamsin Gilbert. I'm Research Network Producer with Common Ground Research Networks. The Sport and Society Conference is in its 15th year, and it's hard to believe because time seems to fly so quickly. We've held this conference previously in Denmark, in our house in Denmark. Last year, the conference was in the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Ryerson University in Canada, and many more. What I'm going to do is, there's no point me listing them off. What I will do is let two people in from the waiting room, and I'll put the bit more about the history just here so you can see it. What I'll do now is I've got a little sort of gallery of tiles, rectangles of people, sort of Brady Bunch style, in the Zoom meeting. And what I'll do is ask if you could please unmute and introduce yourself, say a little bit about your presentation if you're presenting. If not, tell us what brings you to the conference. While we do that, I will put the link to your presenter page in the chat so that people can follow along. And also please correct me if I mispronounce your name, because I want to know how to say it correctly if I don't do it right. So Aubrey, you are my first rectangle tile. So I'm putting you on the spot first today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Aubrey Shaw, Dr. Aubrey Shaw. I am one of the emerging scholars. So thank you so much, Sport and Society, for choosing me to be one of their recipients this year. My research is on students with physical disabilities playing in physical education, recreation, and sport. And I have two presentations that are online. So check them out if you're interested. Thank you.
So I'm going to put the link for those two in the chat now so you can see the presenter page for those. I'm having trouble finding your second one, Aubrey. If you give me 1 second, I can see that. Oh, there it is. Forgive me. So I can see that you've already uploaded your digital media and there's an embedded video there. The discussion boards are now open, so you can go ahead and watch and follow along with Aubrey's presentation there. So thank you. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Elaine, you're my next rectangle.
Well, great. Hi, everyone. My name is Elaine Foster. I'm in Idaho. Along with Aubrey, we're just on very different ends of the state, so very far away from each other, but close in spirit. Yeah, so I'm presenting next, actually, in just a little under an hour on putting play back into play ball. Really talking about like the aesthetics and the subjective experience of participating in sport and movement.
Yes, so just so everyone knows as well, Elaine is presenting a workshop and it'll be following this. So if you click on that link that I just put in there, the Zoom link is there, so you'll be able to access that and participate. And so I hope you can join for that. So thanks, Elaine.
Yeah.
Dale, are you able to unmute and say a few words of hello?
I can, thank you. Hi.
Hi.
Just got in, so I'm not going to put my video on if everybody's okay with that.
No, that's fine. I understand.
Looking a little rough around the edges. So I'm really excited to present. Thank you. I'm a PhD student at the University of Waterloo in Ontario, Canada. Excited to be here. A lot of what I study is aging and sport participation for older athletes, masters athletes, and what we can learn from their participation and how it might impact our aging, healthy aging. What I'm presenting here is actually the results of a big study that I've been working on that started with my master's thesis when I was at the University of Windsor, and will continue into my dissertation for my PhD. But I'm excited to present tomorrow some of the results of the study about the importance of healthy aging and how physical activity, in particular sport participation, can impact that. Thank you.
Fantastic. Well, thanks so much for joining in us, even though after such a long trip. So I'm happy you were able to join.
Thank you.
Christopher, you're my next tile. You able to say hi?
Hello, everyone. So yeah, I'm from the UK, as you might be able to tell by my accent. So yeah, I'm Chris, Dr. Chris Brown. My research area and interests is to do with disability sport. So I did my PhD about the London 2012 Paralympic Games, sport participation legacies. And what I'm presenting on in terms of the online elements, I'm not actually in Granada. It's an online version. Is a project I'm working on called Disability Sport Info. So essentially, it is a dissemination tool about research that goes on disability sport and communicating it in different formats. So I've got a podcast, YouTube channel, and eventually, when I get time, I've got 2 young kids, so time is not great, not my friend really. A website to kind of host the information. So that presentation and those resources on that on my page gives you more information about what you can do with that particular tool, which might help your teaching or your research area. So yeah, hello everyone, welcome, and yeah, nice to connect.
Thanks for joining us, Christopher. LJ, are you able to introduce yourself and say hi?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Tamsin. Hello, everyone. I'm LJ from SAIL. I work for the Department of Humanities Education at the University of Pretoria in South Africa. I'm also a PhD student. I'm interested in Olympic athletes, career pathways, especially the transition after sport. I'm a 3-time Olympian myself in athletics or track and field. I'm busy with my data collection at the moment. My presentation will be online. It will be about the Tokyo 2021 Olympians that try to follow a career in academics and sport and how that they manage it. Yes, that's me.
Fantastic. Thanks for joining us. I'm not sure if you're able to unmute or put your camera on, Lee Peel.
Right, I'm trying to put my camera on, but I think there's some technical
Don't worry
problem.
too much. We can hear you.
Yeah, sure. I'm glad you can hear me. Hi, everyone. My name is Lepile Mothalwa from South Africa. I'm working at the University of Pretoria, and I'm a lecturer in the Unit of Human Movement Studies and Sports Management. I completed my PhD last year, and my PhD was centered around youth experiences based on the school sports program. And the focus was on rural communities in South Africa. As you'll know, that each and every community is so diverse. And the theoretical framework of my study was based on positive youth development and self-determination theory. And I use visual methodology in form of drawings and photographs as part of my data gathering process. And it was quite a very interesting study, which I'll be sharing the findings of that particular PhD research during the conference. And so I'm very excited to be here and looking forward to network with colleagues from all over the country. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, nice to meet you all. Thank you for joining us today. What I'm going to do now is just quickly share my screen here and talk a little bit more about how to engage in the conference. And then from there, if anyone has any questions or comments, please let me know, raise your hand, write it in the chat, do whatever you most feel comfortable. So there are a number of ways to get to the CG Scholar conference microsite. One is to go to sportandsociety.com, which I'm sure you've all come across at some point, and click this event microsite here, which will open up to the About page here. If you are in cgscholar.com, if you're not logged in, there'll be a login in the top right-hand side of this page here. If you are logged in like I am, you can go click straight to your profile here. I strongly recommend that you update your profile. Each one of you has a profile page where it includes information like your, experience, education, things like that, your interests. Two ways to do this. If you're already logged in the top right, go down to account settings under your name. If you're in this community page here and you see this sort of yellowy golden bar, you can go down and go to profile here. Let me just let Charles in from the waiting room. Aubrey, did you have a question?
Yes, you're not sharing your screen.
Oh, I think I am. Elaine gave me a thumbs up.
Elaine, you can see it. I can't see it.
I
You
can
know
see
what?
it.
I'll stop sharing and do it again. Just so we're all on the same page. What about now,
Now I
Aubrey?
can see it. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
No worries. Yeah, so I strongly recommend that you update your profile with the information there. If you click on your name in the event schedule or anywhere on the microsite, it's going to be a hyperlink to this page. So if anyone clicks on you and they want to learn more about you, if this is blank, they're going to be a little bit confused. So I recommend that you update it there. That's just my piece of information. Advice, up to you. From there are a number of different ways to get to the microsite. Like I said, from the Sport Society website, if you click on event here, it will take you to a list of events right there, and you'll end up on the About page. I've got too many windows open and my computer's getting confused. On this About page, you'll find information about the conference, but also about the research network, links to the book imprint and the journal, as well as the conference venue and address. If you click here, that will take you to the e-program and conference user guide. I've sort of scrolled through here, but you can go ahead and download that as a PDF to your desktop. A lot of what I'm saying now is in this user guide, as well as history about the conference and the research network, our emerging scholars, the plenary speakers for this year, and sort of any special events. Right at the end is this user guide, and it's exactly what I'm saying now, but maybe a little bit slower and clearer in a PDF form. So if you're lost at any point, you can go ahead and look at that and, navigate to the pages that you need. From there, you will have a link that says your proposal. If you're not presenting, it will be blank at this stage. You can't submit a proposal at this stage. So your proposal will probably look a little bit different to mine because mine is a sort of a fake proposal. But this is also your presenter page. So when I refer to the presenter page that I was putting the links for everyone in the chat before, this is the page I mean. This is also where you'll upload your digital media, which I don't have at this stage, but that's where your digital media will be visible and where you upload it. Please note that if you upload digital media and we accept it, like you receive an email that it has been accepted, the portal will then be closed for you. So if you need to upload another item of digital media, so like say you uploaded a video and then we accepted it, and you need it open again, you'll have to email us at support@cgnetworks.org. If you upload, it's a sort of a funny thing. If you upload multiple items within the same time before we accept it, then you can do that and you don't need us to update it again. It's just if it's been accepted. At this late stage, we are trying to accept and review the digital media as quickly quickly as possible. Taking into consideration time zones and the fact that everyone's trying to get their last minute things up there. But if you have any problems uploading or with your digital media, please let us know and we can fix it as quickly as possible. Your registration will also look a little bit different to mine. I think I have a fee waiver, and you might have extra events there. This is just sort of information about where you can download receipts and invoices and things that you might need for reimbursement. Special events is exactly what it sounds like, where you can sign up for special events. I believe there's still some space on the tour, and we have a case study day happening as well. I'll jump over to this presentation section here. And while I do that, I'm going to close all these other tabs that are confusing me. So as you can see, I'm following a presentation here. Your following tab will look different to everyone else's following tab because it is unique to you. The presentations that you might be following will be different to someone else and their interests. And this is sort of just an easy way for you to get back to those presentations that you're interested in. Our featured presentations are our fantastic emerging scholars. We have a great emerging scholar program of graduate students and early career scholars. They're moderating the sessions, both in person and online. You'll see them all over the place. And we like to highlight their presentations and their work by featuring them on this tab here. By theme, say, for example, you only want to see the presentations related to the special focus. We've just got them listed here by theme, and you can go ahead and scroll down to the special focus and see all the presentations listed there. Aubrey, I'm going to use you as an example here. I hope you don't mind. As I said before, Aubrey's name is hyperlinked, and it will take us, I'll wait for that to load with my terrible internet in this room, to her profile page, and then I can go ahead and click the title of the presentation, and it will take me to the presenter page. So there's the presenter page there, another hyperlink to the page there. And look, you've updated your information. This makes me so happy. And then I can add you as a peer just here. And then that way, it's another way that we can communicate. I can see that you are a great example to pick, Aubrey. I can see that you've uploaded your digital media as well as your PowerPoint presentation there. And you can join the discussion board for that presentation there as well. I'll go into a little bit more detail. Actually, I'll go back forward and say you can just click this follow button if you want to add the following, you want to follow the presentation that you're on at that point in time. So it goes back onto the following tab. I'll click back here. By type, if, for example, you're only interested in poster sessions, I don't know why, or you're only interested in workshops, we can go down and we can go to the workshops. We have a lot of theme paper presentations. Look, and then we can see Elaine's workshop that's coming up right after this, and go ahead and follow that if we wanted to. Alphabetical is exactly what it sounds like. And search is just, you can just search by presenter name or the title here, and then click search and it'll pop up there. One thing I failed to mention is, which is the best way, I'll just do by type. You can see here that if it has a room listed, that's an in-person presentation. So you can see room, year, month, day, time. But then you can see here that this is an online asynchronous presentation. If you click this, it will take you to where it is in the event schedule. This is particularly handy for the in-person presenters, because then you can see what else is themed in that panel. So here we can see, I can't remember which one I clicked on now. Let's just say we clicked on Ashley's presentation. You can see that it's been themed in dynamic realities with these other two presentations here, which might also be of interest to you. If you are interested in one, you might be interested in all of them. I'm going to jump over to this event schedule now. So we can see here, here we are in the online welcome and training session, with just me, sorry guys. And then we have coming up the featured workshop with Elaine. If you go ahead and click on that, you can see the link here as well as the description. as well as the digital media. So anytime you see this view digital media button, you can go ahead and click it. Maybe it hasn't been accepted yet, Elaine. Let me just go, I'll go in and do that after this. I'll just make a note.
Sorry, it was a little late getting up there.
Okay, it probably hasn't been accepted yet. I know that we've got a few people here that are reviewing all the digital media. So it's only 10 a.m. here in Champaign, Illinois. So they might not have had a look at it yet. We'll get it done as soon as possible. So that's today. For those who are attending the pre-conference tour, you can click on the title of any of these elements for more information. Tomorrow, for those who are attending in person, the registration and welcome coffee starts at 8 a.m. And then we have the conference opening and welcome. Now, for our online only delegates, you'll see there's no Zoom link related to this one. What we do is we record the plenary sessions, upload them immediately following the session. All our plenary speakers have access to the discussion boards, and you can go ahead and join the discussion board for that here. They will receive an email when you comment in the discussion board, and you will receive an email when they respond. It's sort of like so you don't have to be sitting in a discussion board waiting for someone to respond. From there, we move into the talking circles, and we do have an online talking circle that I'll show you in just 1 minute. And then we jump into the panels here. So we can see here that this one is in B8 tomorrow at 11:40. Each one of these presenters will have 20 minutes, and then there'll be questions at the end for about 15 minutes. If you click on the title of the panel, it will take you to sort of a summary description of each one. And actually our online only delegates can view all the digital media for these in-person presentations as well. So please take a look. Sorry, just letting someone in from the wait room. Take a look at the PDFs attached. Take a look to the digital media that they've uploaded. You'll see that there is one discussion board for a panel. So we do this for a reason. They've been themed together for a reason. Think about the connections between the presentations. This is something that they do in the rooms as well, right? We have the questions all together at the end to think about why they've been themed together. What are the connections between these presentations? How do they speak to each other? So you might want to refer to the person's name when you're commenting in the discussion board, or the title of the presentation for ease, or you might be asking the same question to all three presenters. The same for the online only delegates. So if you click here on Youth Matters, we can see there's 4 presentations in this session, and you can go ahead and view that. So anytime you do not see a View Digital Media button, you can click on the title of that presentation and request the digital media at the bottom of the page. I've already requested this digital media from Matthew, so I'll get an email when Matthew uploads that digital media. But still, we can click on Oscar here and view the digital media there, scroll down, see that there's a video as well as a PowerPoint uploaded, and then join the discussion here. This discussion you'll see says Youth Matters at the top. So it is for the Youth Matters panel. One thing that I wanted to mention as well is each page has information, the number of engagements at the top. These are the number of people who've clicked on that page. I'm not sure if this is something that you need to keep track of or useful, but it is interesting to know how many people have viewed your page and viewed your work. Scrolling down here, I was going to show you something else, but maybe I've failed to on the second page. We do have a online only talking circle that is happening on Friday. There it is, at 5 o'clock, which is the same time actually in the United States as this session just started. That will be with Bill Cope. And it's sort of an informal discussion around the ideas and things that you've seen in the online only portion of the conference over the last couple of days, kind of like bookends to the conference there to engage. I feel like I've gone really quickly, but what I might now do is open it up for questions. We do have a couple of new people who have joined us. So if they have any questions or anything that you wanted to ask, let me know. I'll once again in the chat put the support email address if you need to contact someone. And see if anyone has any questions. If no one has any questions, I'm going to put our new delegate attendees on the spot a little bit and ask if you wouldn't mind unmuting yourself or putting your camera on and saying a few words of hello to everyone, a little bit about your presentation if you're presenting. Emma, are you available to do that?
Yes. Hello.
Sorry for putting you on the spot, Emma.
That's totally fine. No worries. I'm a little jet lagged, 30-hour trip from Australia, and we got stuck in Barcelona overnight. So
Oh my goodness.
switching my brain on now. Thanks for all the info too. That was really helpful.
Tell us a bit about your presentation.
So it's just some early stage stuff that's coming out of a research project I've had running for about 6 months in Canberra, working with the Canberra United women's football team. So I'm a photographer as my background, and just kind of making the switch into academia about 12 months ago. So sort of combining my creative led stuff with love of sport, and they graciously allowed me into their season for the sort of past 6 months as a kind of fly on the wall documentary photographer, and then did interviews with most of the players to talk about the ways they use images for social media, so their self-presentation stuff. And it was pretty fascinating, actually, and lots of stuff you would expect came out of that, and also some really interesting things around why they wouldn't choose certain photos. So we sat with the images and talked through what works and what didn't work for them. So my session is a poster session where I've got a whole lot of, I hope and think, some lovely images up there, of course, and then some of the early findings. And a lot of that has been, what surprised me the most is their discussion about how they haven't used a lot of my photos. So I'm a professional photographer, was about 10 years, and they actually didn't use most of my photos, and that was sort of a talking point. And it turns out that, you know, that what I've got they really love, but they're sort of too intimate and they feel too vulnerable with those kinds of images. And I think that unpacks or reveals quite a number of things. So that's kind of where I'm at. I actually have a question for you, if you don't mind, regarding those poster sessions. So I'm ECR and fairly new to conferences generally, and certainly very new to poster sessions. And I understand it's just like you stand with your poster and like people
so
come up to you and have a
happening-
chat. There's no formal presentation.
No, there's no well,
Okay.
it's not sort of like get in front of up in front of a room. There will be Tatiana, my colleague, will be at the registration desk. You'd let her know you're doing a poster session, and she'll tell
I've
you
had
where
some
to set
contact with
up.
her, actually.
And oh, great. And then you just simply need to put your poster up, and then they'll be sort of around the room. And exactly like you said, people will move poster to poster, take a look, ask questions. The session in total goes for 45 minutes. And it's nice in an informal way, because you can have a little bit more of a detailed discussion. So I don't know if I answered your question, but that's exactly right.
No, that's perfect. Thanks so much.
No worries. Thanks for introducing yourself. I've put the link to Emma's presentation page in the chat so everyone can follow along. Raphael, are you able to unmute and say hello? Maybe not. Putting Raphael on the spot. Benji, are you able to unmute?
Hello, ma'am. I'm sorry if I reacted late.
No worries. Do you want to say a few words of hello?
Yeah, I just want to say hi and hello to everyone who is participating in the 15th International Conference on the Sport in the Society. We are actually here already at Granada. A bit of jet lag also, because we had this long travel from the Philippines. And we'll see you all tomorrow.
Perfect. Thank you for joining us.
All right.
Benji, are you able to unmute and say hello as well?
Actually, ma'am, I'm with Sir Benji. I'll
Oh,
show him
you're
to
all
you.
together.
He's my roommate.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait.
Okay. And Joseph
Wait.
as well.
There
Are
he
you all
is.
connected in the, oh, hello, blurry Benji.
He's getting ready for tomorrow also.
Okay, so I'm assuming that everyone then, so it's Rafael, Benji, Joseph, and then someone else who's from the Philippines all connected. Are you all
Aris.
together?
Yeah. Yeah, we're from the same
Okay,
university.
you're not all awake at 2 a.m. in the Philippines.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, welcome. And I will try to put everyone's link for their presentations in the chat so people can follow along.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Are there anyone who is there anyone who has any questions about how to engage in the conference? This recording will be put up on the in the event schedule after this for anyone who wants to sort of review it. But I just want to make sure that we're not missing anyone with any questions. So what I'm going to do now is start by saying pleasure to meet you all and thank you for coming to this session. I'm also going to say that in exactly 26 minutes, you are all going to follow the link to Elaine's workshop that is happening. I've just put that link in the chat there. Please join for the workshop. I think it's a nice start to the conference to start getting engaged in these ideas. So please join. It's in 25 minutes now. Another thing is to try, please, one thing I failed to say is a few different things I failed to say. Please, you can start viewing the digital media for the online only sessions now. Please try and comment and ask questions in the discussion boards so that we can have, we will have our emerging scholars in there as well, but just a reminder. The other thing is that this digital media is not going anywhere. As a registered participant in the conference, you can go back and review and watch the digital media again. If in 2 months you say, oh, I saw this really great presentation and I want to go back and look at it, the link will still be there. And so please use it as a resource for this, for the conference and for your work as well. Reach out to other people, add them as peers, and update your profiles. And with that, I will say thank you and welcome. And please reach out if you have any questions. I will get all the we'll make sure to get all that digital media reviewed as soon as possible. And please attend Elaine's workshop just after this. So nice to meet you all. Have a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. And we'll speak soon. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Tamsin.
Thanks,
Bye.
Tamsin.